deadly explosion. This Ring camera video captures the exact moment of the blast. 3 row homes were reduced to rubble in a northwest Baltimore neighborhood, sending debris flying into the air. Hello again, I'm Max McGee. We now know a second person died in the explosion. We have live team coverage at noon as more updates are coming in. Chop 13 is live with an aerial view of the extensive damage. Stetson Miller is live where donations are being collected. But first, we start with Paul Gessler, who's live at the scene with the latest update from city fire officials. Paul.
Well, the big news this morning was the recovery of that body in the rubble down the street here, and they are still sifting through it at this hour. The impact of this explosion stretched for blocks.
It happened Monday at 9:41 a.m. Time stamped from this doorbell camera across the street. The explosion sent cats running and debris flying into the air of northwest Baltimore. We learned Tuesday morning a second person has died.
Just before 1 o'clock this morning, they did locate the body of an adult male. So that brings our total fatality up to 2.
That man and a woman are the 2 killed. Their names or ages have not yet been released. Fire officials say 7 others were transported to the hospital, 5 of whom are critically injured. 3 houses were destroyed, many others were damaged. About 30 residents were in temporary shelter last night, and 200 were impacted by the explosion and its recovery effort.
So we want to make sure that every home is structurally safe and that the power can be restored and everything is safe before the residents return.
Neighbors who saw the explosion ran toward it and are credited by family members for saving lives.
They are angels, and we all have angels looking upon us. And they were able to see a situation and they leaked in.
Amidst a tragedy like we had here yesterday, you saw the true spirit of Baltimore. You had Baltimoreans rushing to try to save their neighbors.
Hear more from those angels coming up on WJZ later today. Emergency officials, meanwhile, this morning told us they hope residents can get back in their homes at some point later today to get some of those essential items, as houses and structures here are still being inspected. For now, reporting on Labyrinth Road in northwest Baltimore, I'm Paul Gessler. Back to you.
Paul, just heartbreaking. Thank you. Our live team coverage continues. Let's bring in Captain Cindy Thrift and Chop at 13. Cindy, what do you see right now?
Thank you. So we're currently looking down as multiple agencies are continuing to sort through this debris and rubble. We've seen Baltimore Fire, DPW, ATF, as well as BGE, among other agencies. We have seen that they are now using an excavator to remove larger amounts of debris that's exposing areas that were not visible yesterday. So right now along Book Hill Road, there is mounds and mounds of debris. One other thing we are noticing, though, is that they are separating a few pieces of equipment away from all of the other debris that they seem interested in inspecting. For now, reporting live from Chopper 13, I'm Captain Cindy Thrift.
Unbelievable footage, Cindy. Thank you. After the deadly blast yesterday, neighbors began helping neighbors out who were displaced. And WJZ is live once again. Stetson Miller's at Reisterstown Road Plaza, where relief and the supplies are being provided to those affected. Stetson.
Max, both the American Red Cross and a separate community effort are set up here to help out those going through so much right now. There's food, water, and more to try to help them recover from this tragedy.
Donations continuing to come into Reisterstown Road Plaza on Tuesday for those who've lost so much after the deadly explosion in northwest Baltimore.
I just kept wondering and thinking that could be me. What would I want if that was me in that situation? I just jumped into action. I didn't think about anything else.
Neighbors like Antoinette Parrish have been donating food, water, and clothes for those who can't get into their homes right now or don't have a home anymore.
I'm just human. We just doing what I'm supposed to do and just dropping off donations. That's it.
The American Red Cross is also set up here and is meeting individually with anyone affected.
We'll be meeting with them one-on-one over the next few days. We'll be providing advice, information. We have mental health counselors. We have spiritual counselors to begin rebuilding after this very painful and tragic event.
And we're told clothing is no longer being accepted at this location. We're told to instead take it to the Salvation Army. The American Red Cross says the best way to help is by going to AmericanRedCross.org. You can also go to WJZ.com to find out how to help. We're live in northwest Baltimore. Stetson Miller for WJZ.
Stetson, thank you. All right, here's a recap of what we know so far. 2 people are dead, 1 man and 1 woman. 7 people are injured. Officials say 5 are in critical condition. There are no reports of anyone still missing. BGE is still on the scene and reminds anyone who smells gas to give them a call, 1-800-685-0123. And the cause of the explosion is still under investigation. And of course, we'll continue to bring you more details as this story continues to develop. For more pictures and resources to help those impacted by the explosion, just log on to our website. That's WJZ.com.